This is the NewsTrack Bihar edition, and I'm coming to you live from in front of the Bihar Assembly. Leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, today dropped the hydrogen bomb. He said that there has been massive voter fraud which has happened during the Haryana polls. He said that a Brazilian model has found her way to the Haryana voter list, in which she is appearing 22 times and voting multiple times, and that there is an overall vote fraud which happened in Haryana. The BJP, as expected, was quick to respond. They have dismissed these allegations of Rahul Gandhi, but the larger question is, what does this vote Chori narrative do to Bihar polls ahead of the 121 seats which go to polls tomorrow? We'll ask this question to all the panelists who will be joining me shortly, but first up, the story.
The hydrogen bomb has finally detonated. What Rahul Gandhi was promising for months was finally delivered today, or at least that's what the Congress claims. Intensifying his attack on the BJP and the Election Commission over the 2024 Haryana Assembly elections, he alleged massive voter fraud, claiming that 25 lakh votes, around 12.5% of the state's electorate, were fake, and accused authorities of orchestrating a systemic manipulation to snatch a Congress victory.
25 lakh, we have crystal clear proof that they're fake. That they either don't exist, or they duplicate, or they're designed in a way for anybody to vote. 2 crore total voters, vote Chori of 25 lakhs, possibly more, but confirmed by us of 25 lakhs. That means 1 in 8 voters in Haryana are fake.
He claimed Haryana has 2 crore voters, yet 1 in 8 is fake. He alleged 5.21 lakh duplicate voter entries. Rahul also highlighted bizarre anomalies, including a Brazilian model's photograph appearing 22 times in 10 polling booths.
She's a Brazilian model. She votes 22 times in Haryana, and she votes in 10 different booths in Haryana. And she's got multiple names: Seema, Sweetie, Saraswati. Somebody fed this lady into the electoral list at a centralized level, not at the booth level.
He also referenced a post-election video of Haryana Chief Minister Nayaab Singh Saini questioning his calm demeanour and claiming it hinted at a pre-arranged outcome.
After the election, when everybody is saying that the Congress party is sweeping the election, when every indicator is that the Congress party is going to win, all the polls, all the exit polls are saying it, and this gentleman is very sure and is smiling that the BJP has some vyavastha that is going to show itself. After all this, the end result was Congress lost the Haryana election by 22,000 votes.
Gandhi alleged thousands of BJP workers were registered to vote in both Haryana and Uttar Pradesh, and cited other irregularities like bulk voters as same addresses. Election Commission sources, however, dismissed Gandhi's claims, noting 0 appeals against the electoral rolls and only 22 petitions pending out of 90 assembly seats. They questioned how Gandhi could assert duplicate voters favoured the BJP, suggesting some may have supported Congress. The poll body even dared Rahul Gandhi to furnish proof. The BJP hit back, calling Gandhi's so-called hydrogen bomb a fizzled claim, noting that exit polls can differ from results.
जब उनके नेता, कांग्रेस के नेता ही कह रहे हैं कि वो अपने वजह से हारे हैं, और यहां राहुल गांधी कह रहे हैं वोट चोरी हो गया, इलेक्शन कमीशन को गाली दे रहे हैं, इस तरीके के आप बात करेंगे तो कौन विश्वास करेंगे? बार बार चुनाव हारने के बाद भी सबक नहीं सीखते हैं। कांग्रेस के कई नेता हमसे मिले हैं, बहुत दुखी है। वो कह रहे हैं कि राहुल गांधी जब तक उनका नेता रहेगा, कांग्रेस जीत नहीं सकते हैं।
Rahul Gandhi's explosive claims have set the stage for another high-voltage political showdown. With Shivani Sharma in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Salman Soz representing the Congress joins us. We have Tuhin Sinha of the BJP. Sajjan Kumar is a political analyst. We also have senior journalist Javed Ansari. Tuhin Sinha, it's not all right for the opposition, for Rahul Gandhi's opposition, that is you all, to just dismiss it. He is providing some claims. He is backing them with some documents. It is only for the Election Commission to respond. Why is the BJP jumping to defend the Election Commission?
It is for the Election Commission to respond on the technical details. We have responded on his intent because we have seen in the past that Rahul Gandhi is a master of fakery. And there are 3 or 4 points we have made today, which by no means gets into the technical aspects. The technical aspects will be clarified by the Election Commission. But point number 1, the timing today is a formal surrender of the Congress party before the Bihar elections. Number 2, he said exit polls did not match with the final results. There are so many times exit polls has not matched with the final results, whether it was in 2004 Lok Sabha elections or in 2024 Lok Sabha elections, when most of the pollsters had predicted 300 plus for the BJP. Now, number 3,
yes,
what happens?
I agree. I'm not relying on exit polls and opinion polls. Tell me about the Brazilian model. How is she part of the electoral list in Haryana? But not at one place, but at multiple places, 22 places.
First of all, like I mentioned, Rahul Gandhi is the master of fakery. So first of all, we need to ascertain whether she indeed is a Brazilian model, because we have seen in the past he has got away with a lot of things, including complete misinformation on Anand, which he had to himself fact check within 3 hours by retweeting details, by retweeting facts. So number 1, we need to verify whether she indeed is a Brazilian model, because, that could just be a hangover of Rahul Gandhi, because he's been to South America and we don't know what all he was into.
Forget about the Brazilian model then. Okay, one moment, Tuhin. Don't mention that. But how is it that an individual, one woman, finds her place in multiple voter lists, is going with multiple names? I'm just giving some names. Sweetie, Seema, Saraswati, 22 times. How is
Marya,
that the question?
Marya, that is precisely the reason why 67 lakh voters had to be deleted from Bihar rolls. Who opposed it? The Congress party. These problems have existed for a long time, which is what necessitated SIR. The point is, was Rahul Gandhi able to provide any evidence that the 22 times she voted, if at all, it was for the BJP? There needs to be a direct correlation between a flaw which exists, between a glitch which exists, and the fact that that glitch is benefiting BJP, which Rahul Gandhi has not been able to provide in the last several months.
Okay, fine enough. Fine enough. Tuhin, we'll fix your video because there seems to be some problem with your video because of the network perhaps. Let me bring in Salman Soz. All these press conferences may be all right. You are highlighting an issue. You're trying to create doubt in the minds of the voting public that the elections are not free and fair. But what is the Congress party doing it to formalize it? Did you appeal before the Election Commission with all the anomalies that you're highlighting?
Marya, first, let me just say that we should all be deeply concerned as citizens of this country that our democracy is actually under a vicious assault and attack by the BJP and by the Election Commission now, I'm sorry to say. I think in 2023, it was when the Supreme Court had mandated the selection process for the election commissioners. The BJP basically overrode that order and created a system which was basically chosen by the BJP. So institution Chori. That institution Chori ultimately led to vote Chori. I'm absolutely certain it happened in the Lok Sabha elections. I think that we have evidence now on that too. It happened in Maharashtra. We have shared that evidence with the people of the country. It's happened in Haryana, which we shared today. And by the way, to be honest with you, when I heard Rahulji speak today, I fell off my chair when I saw not just the Brazilian model, but also other things like that lady who had 223 times. She appeared in 2 polling booths. Not only that, he responded directly to the rubbish claims of the election commissioner, who said that house number 0 is given to people who don't have homes, they live on footpaths, etc. When Rahulji talked about this gentleman called Narendra in house number 0, we had to search for that house because nobody had bothered to search for that house.
Salman Soz.
Now, coming to the question that you're
Salman
posing,
Soz, my question then is, why a press conference? Why not take it up legally? Why not file an appeal before the election commission? Has that been done by the Congress party?
The Congress party says the following, and I say it on national television. We have an unlawful chief minister of Haryana. We have an unlawful chief minister of Maharashtra. And we have an unlawful prime minister of India. And the unlawful prime minister of India has actually helped in the selection process of the election commissioners. When we brought something to the attention of the country and the election commission, what was the election commission's response? You have to give an affidavit, otherwise you're wrong and you're lying to the country. Has the election commission done any investigation? The leader of the opposition of this country is saying that he is bringing fraud at a massive scale to your attention. The leader of the opposition, Mr. Election Commissioner.
Yes.
What are you
Okay. So
doing?
let me bring in the two analysts. Sajjan, he's the leader of opposition, the leader of the Congress party. He is making some allegations. The election commission is now responding through sources. My concern is that if the entire election process, if the voting rights of an individual is being surrounded by this cloud of suspicion that is being created by Rahul Gandhi, then it certainly raises concerns, although when the entire SIR exercise happened in Bihar and then the political parties reached the Supreme Court, then came the 12th document. After that, there were 0 appeals. So my question then is, what really is happening? And how does this benefit any party politically?
Let's first see.
It's a zero-sum game.
It appears to be a zero-sum game, but let's see. It's not just about the electoral records. You take any records for that matter, be it about the land record, be it about the records pertaining to other Aadhaar identities, etc. If you go into granular detail and analyze, you will find a lot of glitches, right? So you'll find a lot of land records in the name of ghosts, in the name of spirits, in the name of people who may not exist. And that is not something which is deliberate. That has been glitches at the systemic level because of the sheer volume of the records. So similarly, there is a possibility that our current electoral records had certain glitches.
222 times. 222 times.
Marya,
these are elections which are very, very close.
Yes, and this is one serious issue, but there is also the issue of cherry picking. Is there more similar instances? If yes, I think Congress party would have disclosed them. The fact that they stuck with one, I'm not dismissing that it's serious, but the point is it one of the exceptional cases which needs to be rectified and that demands that electoral roll should be cleansed, should be cleaned, should be corrected and updated, something that SIR intends to do, right? So the point is that, is it a matter of glitch on part of the EROs because of the sheer volumes, or is it a deliberate, centralized sabotage to the entire electoral machinery as Rahul Gandhi is alleging? These are two aspects. I think when you say, because there was also allegation that you extrapolate this number, then total 25 lakh people who are not from Haryana went to vote in Haryana, and therefore it's, in Haryana, 25 lakh people going in the election day, it's like a rally. And if they are not from the Haryana, you can easily identify. These are not something who can move without being identified and under the carpet. The point here is, yes, this is a serious matter for Election Commission, and that warrants that electoral roll discrepancies should be looked into seriously. But to intend to allege and constitute a perception that wherein Gen Z should not have faith in democracy and elections, and wherein it is coming in the backdrop of Rahul Gandhi also questioning that army is controlled by just 10% upper caste. The point is, Rahul Gandhi has an agenda. Gen Zs should lose faith in the institutions of the country. You cherry pick the glitches and then allege grand conspiracy. This is something which is serious.
No,
because
Sajjan, the question is that the opposition's job is to question processes. That's what many would say is being done by the leader of opposition. Having said that, I think the larger question here is that the Election Commission has to respond. And if it is about, as Rahul Gandhi is saying, some kind of centralized election fraud, then that has to be responded. It cannot be just about some sources through which this response from the Election Commission is coming. That's what I want to ask Javed Ansari. Javed Ansari, Rahul Gandhi isn't really helping the election process. The question is that if the Congress has issues, and he is highlighting some concerns of which he is saying is a case of fraud, then there has to be a solution to this which can come only perhaps legally. Then why hasn't that happened?
That is a question you must ask the Election Commission. They are the people who've been mandated by the Constitution of India to hold a free and fair and transparent election. And I dare say at the moment, they failed miserably on both accounts. When a leader of opposition, when the leader of the opposition raises a question, you brush it aside and say, you either file an affidavit in 7 days or this and this will follow. Have they ever asked the government to ever file an affidavit? You must not only be doing the right thing, you must be seen to be doing the right thing. And again, I say, the Election Commission has failed miserably on this account. What more can the opposition do apart from raising this? The reason why I understand the reason why they're not going to the courts, because then this matter will become sub judice and your lips will be sealed and you can't raise this anymore. And this, my grandchild will be, by the time my grandchild goes up to vote, even this issue will not have been decided.
Okay, Tuhin Sinha.
Yeah, Marya, I have a simple question to the Congress party. What happens to the EVM hacking and the EVM tampering allegations? Because if you remember, throughout last year, they were so ferocious with the EVM hacking allegations. So are they admitting today that EVM case, what guarantees there that 6 months down the line, they will not admit that even over here, with the voter list, they were wrong. So I think this Congress party is on a mission. It is on a mission to completely denigrate the reputation of important institutions. Having said that, there is no reason why the Election Commission will not respond. But I think when Rahul Gandhi is so convinced about these allegations, he must go the extra mile and take it up in the Supreme Court if there is an iota of truth in it. If there is no truth in it, then obviously, you know, one day he will snap
Please
at
respond.
journalists and say it is not my responsibility.
Salman Soz.
Yes. Well, first of all, the Supreme Court is on one side, but we
Salman
are
Soz,
now in the court.
Let's have Tuhin Sinha and Salman Soz on the screen now, please.
We're now in the court of the supremest of supremes, and that is the people of the country. This democracy belongs to the people of the country. It does not belong to the Supreme Court or to the BJP or to the Election Commission or the Congress party. It belongs to the people of India. And the people of India deserve to know what is happening in this country. The people of India deserve to know what is happening to their democracy, to their rights. Because a country where the democratic rights are not safe, then you will see the kind of inequality that is happening, is growing in India. So Mr. Sajjan Kumar, for example, he said, and I want to respond to that. He said, why have you given only 1 or 2 examples? Are you cherry picking? We're not cherry picking, but we are just exemplifying. That's what an example is. How many cases that we have already collected? when we can happily share with the Election Commission when they are serious about this issue. By the way, you talked about 25 lakh people moving to Haryana. That is not our allegation. We've never said that. We said there are 25 lakh plus fraudulent cases. They could be in a variety of ways. We have identified BJP workers going from Uttar Pradesh to
Tuhin,
vote in
respond to
Haryana.
that.
BJP
Okay, let's have
workers
Tuhin
have
also on
been
the screen now.
voting.
Yes, please, go ahead, Tuhin, respond. Yes.
Can I just ask
Tuhin.
Salman what happens? Where do you stand on the EVM hacking allegations? Because suddenly it seems you've realized that you were completely wrong on that front. And similarly, in that case,
let me
what's
respond.
the 6 months down the line you were wrong? Yeah. What happens to the EVM
Let me
hacking
respond to
allegations now?
you. The BJP has basically engineered unlawfulness in our democracy. We are not answerable to you. We will make sure that you're answerable to the people of
Go
India.
to the Supreme
The
Court.
people of India,
That's
by
what
the
we
way,
are saying.
the people of India, let me finish, don't interrupt.
people of India have responded over the last 11 years
Listen
by
calmly, you
defeating
listen
you in
calmly,
every
because you
election.
asked me a question. You asked me a question, listen calmly. The people of India were about to teach your leader, who became an unlawful prime minister, a lesson in Varanasi. He almost lost, we don't know what happened. Maybe we'll be investigating that too. So you people are no longer in a position to ask questions. Now you will be questioned by people everywhere. You will be questioned in every part of this country because you people have stolen elections in India. I'm angry, not as a congressperson. Honestly, by God, I'm not angry as a congressperson. I'm angry as a citizen of this country. You people should be ashamed, and you should be ashamed for representing BJP.
Okay, Tuhin.
Marya, I am a person who doesn't speak on rhetoric.
Okay,
I
Tuhin.
go only by facts. And if you go by facts, the only unlawful prime minister this country has seen is Indira Gandhi, whose election was stayed by the Allahabad High Court in 1975. And what did they do after that? Impose emergency? And they have the gall and the audacity to call us, our prime minister, unlawful prime minister? Shame on this Congress party. They say the people of India will decide. The people of India have been giving them a fitting answer for the last 11 years. And yet they remain unabashed. Today, they are damaging the prospects of RJD with these stupid allegations. Even RJD does not subscribe to these allegations. Have you seen RJD leaders back these allegations? This is what they do to every alliance partner with their unfounded allegations.
Can I just quickly respond about?
Okay.
By the way,
I have a
alliance
question
partners.
for Salman. Salman. Yes.
Yes.
Salman, I have a question for you. You know, what is also evident is that instead of looking for real reasons for loss in an election, is the Congress then looking for excuses? Because in Maharashtra, you say that there was vote chori instead of getting your house in order. Similar issues of infighting played out in Haryana. Don't you think that these are real issues which has to be addressed? Organizational challenges which Congress must address rather than looking for these issues. While you talk about this, I'm not taking that away. You have reasons, you can question it. But the real reason for your loss election after election is also about organization, the Congress organization, which I'm seeing missing on ground in Bihar.
Look, Marya, I will say one thing. I mean, I'm one of those relatively rare Congress people who have actually given free expression. I've given free expression to my views on the organization or weaknesses, anything. I've written about it. It's public. It's in the public domain. I'm not afraid of speaking out. I speak to my party internally and externally freely. However, we are not talking just this. This is not just about organization. This is about, in Maharashtra's case, 5 million voters getting added after the Lok Sabha election, in an election where the BJP's performance under Prime Minister Modi was the worst in his 3 Lok Sabha elections, and immediately afterwards, in Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis.
Let me give you also an example. No. Since you're talking about Maharashtra, look. BJP did get its act together in Maharashtra after the setback in the Lok Sabha polls. I was traveling in Maharashtra. The Congress's organization was largely missing from the ground. That's what I'm saying, Salman. What happened in one election cannot be an example for the next election. The BJP can get its house in order. can ensure that the Mahila Yojana of Eknath Shinde was resonating with the women on the ground. That's a truth.
I think what you have to accept is that you can have yojanas and other things in Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra, Haryana, Bihar, and all these other places. The question is the following. And you have, one has to kind of really put your thinking cap on and say that after a Lok Sabha election where the Prime Minister's victory margin came down by 4 lakh votes, in the same election where the Home Minister did so much better, actually the BJP should be investigating what happened there. But immediately afterwards, they had stupendous victories in Maharashtra and in Haryana, etc. And we have actually uncovered fraud. And we have brought that fraud to the attention of the people.
So you are saying that their victories were because of fraud. I have just enough time for Javed Ansari and Sajjan Kumar. Javed Ansari, please go ahead.
In Haryana and the Prime Minister.
Javed Ansari, go ahead. Yes.
What is the question, Marya?
Javed Ansari.
No.
Yes.
What is the question?
Political bickering aside, yes, the Election Commission must respond. But there are also organization challenges which the Congress party faces. Its strategies could have gone wrong as well in Haryana and in Maharashtra. Why can't the party look within?
Yeah, so these are two separate issues. One is you do a postmortem after every election and look where things that you didn't do as well as you ought to have done and correct and work with them. But does that foreclose the right to raise concerns, to raise questions, to highlight institutionalized malpractices?
Javed Ansari, no.
That certainly does
but then,
not.
No. I agree. If there are problems, then Rahul Gandhi, leader of opposition, must raise. But
so therefore,
yes.
Therefore, an opposition party has every right, and we shouldn't conflate those issues. Yes, there are glaring deficiencies. There are glaring problems because of which the Congress party is in the situation that it finds itself. But side by side, there is also this reality of what is happening as far as electoral malpractices are concerned. And that is not something that can be brushed under the carpet and you just start looking at organizational deficiencies. These are two different issues which need to be looked at separately.
Okay, you see this as two different issues. Sajjan.
Yes,
and then
Marya.
I'll go back also to the two politicians for their final thoughts. Go ahead.
Yes, first, if it's about allegation, there was a tampering in
Sajjan.
Maharashtra, then one has to see that as a pattern. If BJP did tampering in Maharashtra, why did it not do in Jharkhand, which happened simultaneously? This is one. Two, yes, there can be, as I said, glitches here and there. You do a survey of land records and you find horrendous, discrepancies. But does it mean that you say that this is a grand conspiracy to deprive 90% from
Sajjan, land records discrepancies. One moment, Sajjan. Land records discrepancies don't lead to such elections being upset. What the Congress says was a done deal. It witnesses an upset. That's not the case with land record discrepancies.
No, Marya, if that is the case, then you vouch for the chicken, not for the eggs. Then why 2024 election was not tampered? Why Haryana was not tampered? The question is there are discrepancies, right? The question is about the intentionality that you are attributing. You fight your war with BJP. Do not use Election Commission, corporate India, army as the proxy, because BJP can be your political rival. India and Indian institutions should not be. That's the point here. And that's very serious.
Okay. Salman Soz, don't wage a war against institutions such as these because they have an important responsibility. They have to ensure that the people who exercise their voting right should not have their doubt in their minds. This is the point being made by Sajjan there.
Frankly, I find such an argument ridiculous because we are not waging war against the institutions. The institutions have been taken over by the BJP. Everybody knows it. If you don't know it, maybe you're hiding somewhere. The fact of the matter is that the BJP selects the election commissioners of this country. The BJP does. Because the Prime Minister and the Home Minister are part of that selection committee. It's a 3-member committee. They select the election commissioners of India. The BJP does. Their top leadership does. This is not an election commission of India. It's an election commission of BJP. Let's be honest about it. Then what does the election commission do? The election commission, when we bring charges of fraud, we bring allegations of fraud, what does it do? It doesn't let you do simple things. We say, let us see what happens outside voting booths because we have CCTV cameras. They said, no, women may feel bad about it. Meanwhile, you have CCTV cameras out there. You don't show us the recordings. We say, why don't you investigate places where there are hundreds of people living in one address? You say, oh, these are poor people. They're house number 0. And then we say that house number 0 actually belongs to a person. You have not been doing your job. We go to the election commission with all sorts of issues. And they basically have only one answer, is that affidavit bhi bariye. When BJP says something, unko affidavit nahi barna hai. But the fact of the matter is that the Supreme Court had mandated the process for selection of election commissioners. What did the BJP
lot of points that have been made here. Tuhin Sinha, respond. Okay, Tuhin Sinha now, please. Let's give all the time to Tuhin. Tuhin, lot of charge coming in here from Salman Soz.
First of all, the hypocrisy of this Congress party is unimaginable. Around the same time that Maharashtra elections were held, I was in Jharkhand. Jharkhand elections were also taking place. There was every indication to believe that BJP is coming to power in Jharkhand. But we had the most miserable defeat in Jharkhand's history. BJP suffered a miserable defeat. Did we raise a question ever? This Congress party needs to grow up. I am still challenging Congress party. If you think you have evidence, go to the Supreme Court. Set an example. Don't just keep coming up with these unfounded excuses which you will withdraw 6 months later and move on the next issue. Like I gave the example of EVM hacking. Today they don't even talk about EVM hacking because they know that that allegation was absolutely farcical.
Salman?
Yes.
Will you be moving on to some other issue after this?
Whenever we see issues in the country, we will raise those issues. And this issue is not just a Congress party issue. This issue is not just an opposition issue. This issue is not Tuhin's issue or my issue or Sajjan's issue or Javed Saab's issue. This is an issue that affects all of us. It affects the country. And we should take it seriously. The BJP has compromised our democracy, has basically taken over our democracy. It is now our job to basically restore our democracy to our country. Make sure that it remains in the columns of free democracies. They've done what they could, they've done their best. Narendra Modi is no longer the Narendra Modi of 2014, I admit it. 2014, 2019, he was very popular, I admit it. He's no longer that. He can't get them what they had. Amit Shah cannot deliver all these things. They can do all sorts of machinations now. That's what they can. Their path.
Let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up with 30 seconds now to Tuhin again. Tuhin, 30 seconds. Quickly. Don't defend election commission. It's a constitutional body. Let them come out with their defense. Election commission, if the political parties are raising question on the entire fairness of the election, it is bound by its constitutionality to respond, because the person raising the question is leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha of India.
No, but Marya, I started by saying that I'm not here to defend the election commission. The election commission has to respond, and it will respond on the technical aspects. We are only criticizing Rahul Gandhi for his vile intent. Whether it is the judiciary, whether it is the election commission, he's habituated, he's addicted to attacking these institutions to hide his own failures. That's the important point over here.
Okay. Thank you for joining us, Tuhin Sinha, Sajjan Kumar, Salman Soz and Javed Ansari. Away from politicians and the rhetoric, it's about elections, and elections are about people. The real people power is when they'll go to cast their votes in polling booths tomorrow and on 11th.